I failed you. I said that I was going to stream every single day without missing a beat, and I failed. I'm 10 minutes late to my day 15 Streamathon, and I failed. The reality is like you can't make any excuses when you don't show up when you say that you're going to show up every single day. You make that commitment to yourself and to others, and you need to be accountable for what you do. And I failed. It is 12:10, 12:11 at now, and I've failed. I started my day at 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. Started my day at 3:30. Caught an Uber to the airport in Cleveland at 4. Got to the airport, and then went through security and all of that. Had to catch a flight by 6:30. Caught the flight, flew into Fort Lauderdale, jumped in a tri-rail, was waiting on that, so got pushed back by an hour. Caught the tri-rail back to Palm Beach, shot over here. Had to change and get dressed and get ready real quick because I went to a friend's holiday brunch, so we did that. That was cool. Got to connect with some amazing people. I had to go hit the liquor store to bring because it was like a potluck. So I had to go hit the liquor store to bring like some Baileys and stuff like that. Went over to that, was hanging out. Left that and was like, I completely forgot about the live stream. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna hold you. Got back home. I was like, all right, well, let me just kind of sit down for a little bit. Let me just kind of relax for a little bit because I got this other event off the clock. So I'm going to go get ready for that. Passed out, knocked out. Missed like the first main part of that. Got dressed or woke up. I was like, oh my God, this thing is almost over. I had like an hour and a half left. Went over, shot over to that. Hung out at that for like, I was late, but like it was a really dope vibe, man. This off the clock thing, like it was young, professional, like they had like a mixology battle. Like when I tell you that was like my type of speed, it was really cool. But hung out for a little bit even after it left because I was like, all right, well, we still kind of vibing and stuff like that. And then right when I was there, I was like, I didn't live stream today. So I dropped everything. I was like, let me rush home. Put it in the GPS. I'm gonna be late. I'm here now, and the fact that I'm still showing up regardless after a long day, I still feel like a failure. But sometimes, no matter what, even if you give it your all, you might fall up short. But I'm gonna show up again. Before the next 24 hours is finished, I'm going to be on here, back in the studio, figuring out what I want to talk about and showing up. And I recognize, man, like, the one thing I can do, no matter what, even if I'm far from the best or like nobody's watching, is I'm gonna show up, even when nobody's watching. When you make that commitment to yourself of this is what I'm doing and it's up from here, it's game time, man. Like, it's game time. So I kind of wanted to, and I was thinking about this on the way over, is like, what am I going to talk about today? How am I going to break the news? When I started this, I had one thing in mind. And it was, I'm going to show up every single day for the rest of the year. And that was it. And then you start to get input and influence from everybody else. Like, oh, well, what are you doing? What's the purpose? What's the mission of your live streaming? What's the vision that you have for it? How are you going to monetize it? What are you going to do? What are you? The reality is the only thing that I had on my mind was showing up, trying something new, and doing it every single day. So on my drive over, I really kind of broke down like how I approach different things that I want to do, and my forehead is shining right now, so bear with me. But things that I want to do and how I approach these things, right? So I take you through the idea of blueprint. We spoke a little bit about that, but as we start talking about mindset, right? So my first thing that I wanted to do is learn the game. And the best way to learn the game is to be in it. Showing up every single day is step one. Is you show up every single day, you learn it, you practice your craft. Next, I got to start figuring out what I'm going to start talking about. What are the topics? What do I want to learn from this situation? What do I want the results to be from the situation? So I'm learning about what I want to, step two is figuring out what I want to talk about. And the way to figure out what you want to talk about is you want to see, like, one, what questions do you have that need answers? Because those same questions that you have for yourself, other people might have those questions as well. And being able to talk about something that may be able to add value, it may be able to add value to somebody else's journey. You can start answering those questions. It's those pain points that we're dealing with, right? It's those things that are keeping us up at night that we need answers to. So step two was understanding, what am I talking about? And I'm just dialing it into really and truly, like, for the most part, I don't really know what I'm talking about. However, I'm showing up every day as an entrepreneur, and I'm making it work as a creative, somebody that's using a camera to create a lifestyle that they dream of. And I've met other creatives and entrepreneurs and photographers and videographers and marketers and things like that, that all have the same mission. And some, they might be doing it on the side as a side hustle. Some might be pursuing it full time. Some might be dabbling and seeing how it can potentially work. Some might have just bought their first camera. But this is the journey of me learning and hopefully helping people that are just getting started catch up. So step two was adding value, giving something out to the universe that would help people progress and help me learn and progress as well. And then I sat there and I thought about, well, what is step three? Step three is where the inquisitive artist started to transition into the businessman. So the inquisitive artist is, I want to learn and I want to try new things and I want to put in the work and the effort to get my creativity out, get my artwork out, get my message out. And then it switches to the right side of the brain, or the right side switches to the left side, right? And it's, one, how do I learn something? Two, how do I solve a problem, provide value? And three, how do I spread, we're on three, how do I spread and share that message with an audience that can appreciate what it is that we're doing? How do I grow this thing? How do I scale? You know, these keywords like provide value, scale, and all these different things, right? So we're in this journey of, okay, I got one person watching, two people watching, all these different people watching, and being comfortable with, like, I might still just be in that figuring it out stage, but I want to be prepared and I want to be ready for when this does get the attention of the people that find value in it, being able to scale it. That was the distribution, right? So we're practicing all these things. We're looking at how we can kind of scale these things, talking to the right people, understanding where these people operate, what are their needs, what are their dreams and desires, what are the problems that they're facing, and how do you reach them and how do you scale it? And then fourth and finally is, when you have that blueprint in place, that system in place, right? When you have that itch that you're trying to scratch, which is number one, and you just want to learn it and like figure it out. Then two is like, how do you add value? How do you solve a problem that people are facing? Three is, how do you get that message across as many people as possible that share this same problem or need this same message? And then fourth is, the business person really finally and truly takes over. It's, how do you monetize this thing? You've given it away for so much and so far, but how do you make this thing sustainable? And the only way to make something sustainable is to monetize it. Whether you're monetizing it from the viewer, you're monetizing it from a sponsor, you're monetizing it with your own product or service, and giving people a way to support it. It's, how do you monetize these things, right? So those 4 steps in the thought process. 1, figuring out something that you're passionate about, like that's something that like keeps you up at night, and it's a problem that you want to solve. 2, understanding those problems. 2 is step 2, understanding that problem and those solutions, and being able to figure out how you can provide value in that conversation. 3 is finding more people, as many people as possible, that share that same problem that needs a solution, or those things that keep you up at night. Is building that community of people around you that also need to show up. And then 4 is figuring out how now you can provide so much value that you're able to monetize it and ask for the support, whether it is through gaining some sponsorships, whether it is through monetizing your audience, whether it is through providing a product or service that is necessary and aligns with that idea or that concept. Right? But it all starts with showing up every single day. And even when you stumble, i.e., it's 2 a.m. the next day. I missed my 24-hour window. Even when you stumble, is picking yourself back up, asking for forgiveness. I'm sorry, guys. Please forgive me. And getting back to it. And not making excuses on why you weren't able to show up. So, again, like, no excuses. Show up every day. Answer those burning questions and solve those problems. Find a community that supports you. And let's get this bread. It's part of the idea blueprint process. It's part of what has consumed me for so many years. It's part of finding those missing links to the creative process and turning these ideas into monetizable efforts and really turning it up a notch. And let me take a step and I work on different things all the time, and let me know what you think about this kind of mission statement, of my business and KBL Media. And for those of you that don't know what a mission statement is, it's a message of what your business or organization or purpose stands for. It is what problem are you wanting to solve in a very clear and concise couple sentences. It's typically like 3 to 4 to 5 sentences of a mission statement, right? It could be shorter, it could be longer. But here's what I worked on today to let you know that, hey, thank you for holding me accountable. And I was working, I just wasn't able to hop on, right? No excuses, but here's what I did actually work on. So at KVL Media, we empower creators and businesses through innovative storytelling, expert strategies, and impactful media solutions. Our mission is to inspire growth, amplify voices, and transform ideas into reality. It's really what drives me as a creative and a business person blended together. Like here, like left brain, right brain coming together. This center point right here, that just kind of like gives me a headache. Like I get a headache down the side because it's left brain, right brain constantly battling with each other. That is the perfect summary of what my mission is with me, my business, and these live streams. Is to empower creators and businesses, but also organizations and nonprofits and entrepreneurs and people, a community, like just people, inspire people, empower people through stories. Stories is what creates engagement. It's what captures attention. Stories can be told through written, audio, video. Stories is what captivates. The expert strategies is the plan. It's the game plan of It's a game plan of taking that idea and making it plain. It's utilizing different technologies and different systems and concepts and collaboration and your competitive advantage and identifying all of these different things are what comes with the strategies. The impactful media solutions are how you're showing those stories and telling those stories. So with impactful media is using a camera and telling stories through photography. Like they say, a picture tells 1,000 words. Video, 24 frames per second, times 1,000 is 24,000 words and impactful statements per minute or second or whatever. You get the math. Utilizing these different media technologies and techniques and everything like that is what helps share those stories and get it to the masses. And the reason for us doing this is because I see entrepreneurs and creatives that want to take their artwork or their message. They want to amplify their voice. And they want to take their ideas and turn it into reality, because ideas is what makes the world go around. So that's my mission, in short, or long, or however you want to figure it out. But that's my mission. And my vision is to be a global force in creative media. So you have a mission statement and you have a vision statement. My vision of where I want to take KVL Media and what I aspire to be is to be a global force in creative media, where stories inspire, connections thrive, and creatives, people that create, creators, transform their passions into lasting impact. The reality is, man, is that I'm most aligned with people that are looking to change the world for the better in all things that we do. That's one of the reasons why one of my primary client bases are nonprofits, because they want to leave a lasting impact for generations to come. I'm most aligned with entrepreneurs that want to create generational wealth for years to come. I want to work with artists and developers and community advocates that would love to leave a legacy into well after they're gone. And although I missed my deadline, it's 12:33 a.m. on the next day, and I'm here showing up because it's that important. Find you something that keeps you up at night, keeps you showing up with no excuses. Understand what your mission is. Get that big, hairy, audacious goal and set that vision to where you want to be, even if you don't think that you can ever reach it, because you can. Solve a problem, create a solution, build a community, show up every day, and figure out how to monetize it. Because for better or worse, money makes the world go round. And it's what creates sustainability for your efforts and for your vision. It's time to turn up, man. It's the countdown to 2025. And we're starting from now to make sure that we hit the ground running and we're not waiting for New Year's resolutions. Set your vision. Understand your mission. Figure out what problem you're solving. Let's get it. Until next time, y'all. Peace.